Okay, let us go one by one. So I will discuss about the assignment in the last, and I'm also going to give some more assignment today. So
Sure, Ashok.
because tomorrow I will not be taking the class, so that's the reason I'm going to give some coding practices for you. So let's see. Okay, let me know once you're able to see my screen.
Yeah, it is visible, Ashok. Go on.
Okay, now we are going to discuss about arithmetic operators. What is arithmetic operators? Let me change. Okay. Now, if I suppose I am going to create a directory mentioning scripts. Okay, in that, sorry. Now, in this scripts, I'm going to create some. There are no nothing files. Suppose now I'm gonna create a file where it is about the arithmetic. I'm just gonna mention arithmetic.sh. So normal arithmetic means we know that multiplication, division, addition, subtraction, everything comes into the picture. Now I'm giving a equals to 10, b equals to 15. Now echo addition value is $a plus $b. Echo subtraction echo value is $a. See, for multiplication $a into $b. See, now we have taken addition value, we have taken a subtraction value, we have mentioned multiplication, division value, and we have also mentioned the modulus value. Now, suppose if you control O, save control X. Now, if you run this file, arithmetic.sh, what it came? Addition value 10 plus 15, 25. Subtraction value minus 5. Multiplication value 10 into 15, 150. Division value 10 divided by 15, because anyways it will not provide you the reminder because 10 is less than 15. So, and mod value of 10 percentage 15, 10. These are all the arithmetic operators where we will be using plus, minus, the multiplication, division, modulus. It's a basic normal arithmetic operators. And if you want to increment your values, increment means if you want to increase a value and if you want to decrease b value, decrement, increment and decrement. $a. Okay, A value is okay. Now if you save this and run that file, see the A value got incremented to 1 and the B value got decremented to -1. Means that is the way the increment and decrement works. When you're writing the coding practices, when you're writing the code in the Linux, if you want to increment some value at some point, we will be using the plus sign. If you want to decreasing the value, we will be using the minus sign. Any questions on this? Basic arithmetic operations we are just printed here.
No. No.
Ashok,
Yes.
while we enter that nano.arithmetic.sh, while
Yes.
we come out of that, control plus O and
Control.
enter, right?
Control O, it will be asking to whether you want to keep the same name of the file or not. You can, if you want, you can change it. If not, if you don't want, just press enter. It will save the file automatically along with it.
Okay, there is no need of control X.
No. After that, you have to exit the file. You have to exit from that file. Then you have to press Control X.
Okay.
First, if you open, see, this is nano. I have opened the file. Now I will pressing Control O first. Okay. So it is asking me file name to write. Means if I want to keep the same file name, or if I want to change the file name, it is giving me the option. Okay. See, if you want, I can keep the same file name, or I can change the file name. It's up to me. If it press enter, it will save the file. Means whatever the data you have entered, it will save the file along with it. And if you press Control X, it will be exiting from this editor. Control O, say enter, Control X. If you want to change, you can change it, and means you're thinking that okay, the name has been different. I want to save it with some other name. You can change that. Okay.
Done, Ashok.
Okay. Now we will be discuss. Okay. Here. Okay. Okay. See, this is the same thing in scripting. Plus or minus divisions are used to addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, respectively. It will be the same thing. One takes as the priority basis. So suppose, give me the answer for this output.
3 divided by 1. Okay. 3. 10 into 10.
Come on, guys.
This number 1 and 2, 10, 3, 11, 2, 5.
Do a dry run. Think you in your mind. Suppose means if it is in two brackets, here it is in two brackets. So first it will take the parenthesis
Number 1
Yes.
number 1 plus number 2. So it will be 5 plus 5, 10.
And
10.
yes.
After that, 11 by 5. So the remainder will be 2, because it will be divided with the 2, and the whatever it will be the last value, it doesn't consider. Only the value it is divided
Yes,
by
yes.
2.
Point answer is 20.
So 2 means 10 into 2, 20.
20.
What was the answer you were saying?
20.
It should be 55, Ashok.
No,
Sorry?
no. 20.
No, 11 divided by 5.
Yes, it will be 2. 11 divided by 5.
Okay, 2 something, 2 point something it will come.
It will not take the point value because we have not mentioned the float
In
here.
this, you don't take point value.
Yes, so it will take only 2. So it will be 5 plus 5. This is a multiplication into
Correct.
2. So 10 into 2, 20.
20, correct, Ashok.
So suppose
Whatever it ends with after what is that? Decimal point, it won't consider it.
yeah, if we mention the scaling value, it will take it. If we don't, then it will not take that. I will show you at some other point when I was writing other script. I will show you. Suppose now consider that take an integer input plus number. So let me write this. So just a normal and basic.
A1.sh.
Now I want to read a number. Okay, whatever I'm doing the number, read a number, and I want to increase that number every time. After that, I want to print that what is the number is.
Okay.
Okay. Below.
Ashok, is it
Yes.
not number is dollar number plus plus?
No, we will not, because here once it takes the value, it automatically considers that the fact that it is there.
Like you are incrementing directly, you input
Yes.
user input value.
Yes, it will automatically takes that, and it is considered, means the number value will be concerning for this number only. Plus is that we are incrementing. So
Yes.
now suppose if I do basic.sh, it is asking me to enter the number. If I'm entering the 1, the answer should be 2.
2. Yes.
Suppose if I'm doing the same thing again, if I'm entering -2, what should be the answer?
-2. 1. -1.
Okay, what about you, Puneet?
0.
Why 0?
It will increment like integer. In the integer scale, it is the negative sign. So if we increment from negative to positive, it will come to either -1 or 0.
No, no, you have to mention one answer. How come it will be -1 or 0?
Incrementing in negative scale is
See,
it will minus.
I'm incrementing +1. I'm incrementing just +1. So if -2 +1, what will be the answer?
-1.
Then how come you are saying that it is a 0?
-1.
See, increment is that if you giving the negative integer or positive integer, it will increment the value to +1.
Yes, yes.
So that's the increment. That's it. In the same script, if I mention a decrementation, suppose if I'm entering 5, what would be the value you will be thinking to coming?
4, Ashok.
Suppose if I'm entering the same value to 0, what would be the value it will be providing?
-1.
See, that's it. It doesn't consider that you are giving positive, negative. What that is that it will increment to +1, or maybe it will decrement to -1. Means that's it. It will increment +1 value, means every time if you're giving 4, it will increment to +1, 5. If you're giving -2, it will +1 is there, so it will consider that okay, it has to addition, so it will be -2 +1 -1. So that way it works out.
When it is in negative, no, if suddenly if somebody asks like what is the incremental value of -2, we tend to tell it is -3, but the actual value is -1.
Yeah, you have to, because that's the way the max works, right?
Yeah.
The great thing. You have to work on that.
Yeah.
It's the same thing I have just for the script value. So this is the same thing I have given you here also. You can try it.
Okay.
Just easy coding practice. Okay, now we will be discussing about the relational and logical operators. Okay, for this also, let me write a code so that I'll explain you. Okay, now I'm concerning a equals to 1, b equals to 1, and I'm going to use the if and else conditions. I will explain you later how I'm going to using it and everything when I go to the conditionals. But just be with me.
Minus E is equals to equals, Ashok.
Yes.
Okay. EQ.
Why I'm writing this is relational operators so that to make you understand.
Not equal. Here we can't directly mention equal symbols, Ashok.
We can mention, but these are the relational operators. You have to have an idea on this also, right?
Okay.
You can mention double equals to, that makes that equals to.
Equals, yes.
But the thing is that you should also know what is equals to in relational space.
Okay.
So that's the reason I'm just writing it so that you can understand and see the code exactly how I'm writing the if and how I'm closing the if. Just see that, because going forward we'll be using these conditions a lot. Means not right now, but going forward, if you are going to write the code and something else.
Ashok, here rather than typing the lesser than symbol, we can just use else, right? If A is greater than B, then
And
print
that
echo A is
that
greater,
that
else A
will be
is.
in
Okay.
that will be in if else conditions. I'm just
Okay.
see if I mention else, I will not be able to provide you the LT. What is it? What is mean by LT? What is mean by GT? What is by not equals to? What is greater than or equals to? I will not been able to explain you to, right?
Yes.
I want to show you the each scenario, means how exactly it works out.
What is FI, Ashok?
It is a
It's
closing
end of
point.
if.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
In Java, we would be closing with the flower brackets, and here we're directly closing with if and fi.
Yes.
Okay.
That's right. That's right.
Ashok, how did you do that, Ashok? Double space echo line. This is a tab.
Tab. Just tab. You just use the tab. That's it. Okay, now I have entered. Suppose now I have given A equals to 1, B equals to 1. So what are the values it is going to print? So these are the same values. So it will be printing they are
Equals.
equal. Okay. And
Only one statement will be printed. They are equal.
no, why not? Greater than or equal to, because it's greater than or
Okay.
equal to we have given, right? So these two will be again printing because A equals to 1, B equals to 1, right? Less than or equal to.
Yes.
Let's do like this, Ashok. Let's give the reader input. Read A, read B.
Yeah,
So
you
that
can.
will
We
be
can do that. We can do that. First, let me print this so that at least after that we will go into give it in this value.
okay. Secret.
9.4. It's missing something. Oh, sorry. I have given flower brackets. Basic coding in Java. they are equal, A is greater or equal to B, A is lesser or equal to B. Suppose now you want to have a read, right?
Yes.
Read A. Read B. Okay. Just want to see what the values we are going to give. Okay. Tell me the value. No.
Let A be -3. Let us give negative values only, Ashok.
Yeah, sure.
-3 and -5 maybe. Yes, -5. Easy. A is greater. A is greater or equal to. Yes.
You know that, right?
Yes.
In the negative case scenario, -1 would be the highest value.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Now it's Yashwant's turn. Okay, Yashwant, tell me what. Sorry. Okay, Yashwant, tell me what value you want to give.
A is equals to 2 and B is equals to 5.
Okay.
They're not equal. A is lesser. Yes.
So these are all the relational operators. These are relational like greater than, less than.
So
You
Ashok,
can. Yes.
sorry to interrupt, but like after taking the values from the user, why is it printing it again?
I have
We-
mentioned it. I have
Okay.
mentioned it. Echo. I have just given again just to
Okay.
make sure what are the values we are giving.
Okay.
See, this is equals to is equals to. You can use double equals to value also. Not equals to means minus any. Greater than, less than, minus, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. These are the relational operators. Okay.
Yes, Ashok.
And there is another also called logical operators. Just a minute. I have started the recording, right? Okay. Okay. Logical.sh. What are the logical values? Is that this is negation, minus O equals to R, minus A equals to AND. Negation is that whatever the value you are giving, it will make it in a reverse way. Means if you suppose you are making equals to not equals to false, so it makes it as a true value. Or either of the conditions means if you are suppose making a condition and if you are mentioning or means either of the condition is true, it will print that value. And both cases of that conditions should be true, then only the value in that block will be printing. Got it?
Yes.
Okay. Suppose I am just writing that A equals to 10. For commenting, to comment, you can use this range value. So it will not consider that as a parameter anything. So I'm just mentioning that range equals to 20 in 15. And now if I'm using an if condition, if not equals to false, equals to false, then print if. Now I'm gonna write a range $A mine is greater than 20 and $A is less than 50, means I'm mentioning the range value that it will be in this particular range. Then echo A is within range. If suppose I'm gonna use the OR case, $A is less than 20 or $A is greater than 50, then
Ashok,
yes,
in first if I mean like second if condition, you have mentioned minus A and here minus O, or what is it?
yeah, I just mentioned it, right? Minus A equals to and, means I will explain. Okay, just
You said here. Okay, okay, continue, Ashok.
minus A equals to and condition, means suppose if I am mentioning if A is greater than 20 and A is less than 50, then only print this value.
Oh,
Means
minus A is nothing but and, Ashok.
yes, this is
Okay.
a logical operator. And O equals to or, means if it is less than 20 or if it is greater than 50, print this value. I'm just gonna using the logical operations because these are all logical mentioned in the Unix like this. Means you can use the double equals to or maybe double and that works out. But you need to know what exactly the logical operators exactly looks like in Unix. Okay. See, it is printed A is out of range because the value was A value was 10. The range which I have given was less than 20, but it has taken one value because here it is one value is correct. So that's the reason it has been considered okay. It is less than 20, so it has considered okay. It is perfectly fine. But here it is greater than 20 and less than 50. It was less than 50, but still it is not considering. Why? Because we for this A and condition, both the scenarios has to be true. Then only it will going to print this one.
Okay.
Suppose if I change the value to 30, see, in our condition it was not satisfying both the conditions, so it is not when. But here it is satisfying both the conditions, so it went inside the range and printing it. So these are all called logical operators, and not equals to false, we are printing it as true. So it has printed that one also, printing false in F. It's just a condition. So not we will be using at many places not equals to for that negation. This is called negation.
One doubt, Ashok.
Yes.
In the first case, it should be it is not false. That means this printing false in if it should not execute, right?
No, not false means we are not giving anything, right? Means if it is true, then only print because we are not giving anything. So it is taking it as true condition and it is going inside.
Okay, for both the condition it has taken true.
Yes.
Okay, sure.
Any doubts up to now?
No, sure.
And after this, we are going to talk about the file operators. Okay, here, let me go to the PPT. Okay, here, see, these are the relation logical operators. As I mentioned, greater than equals to, which we are using it as what I have mentioned is greater than, less than, less than or equal to, greater than or equals to, not equals to. These are all the same things which we have mentioned there. And the logical operators and or, which we used for the both the conditions, and negation is the one which inverts a true condition into false and vice versa. This is the negation operator which denotes the negotiating operator in scripting. So it's a basic question. Suppose which are the following relational operators used to check if the value of the left operand, left,
Okay.
from your side, is less than the value of the right one? Which one we will be going to use?
The A is less than B.
So which operator we are going to use?
Third one.
Minus LT, third one.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, now suppose say we are in a football game and you have bet with your friend that there is a football match between Argentina and France. You have bet with your friend that if one loses the game, the other one has to wear the jersey of that team. So you will be able to win the bet if either one or two happens. One is that at least one of the strikers, means they are true strikers, A and B, scores more than 2 goals, or both A and B score a goal each. So which expression will be considering for this scenario?
Second one, Ashok.
Could you please explain me, Puneet, why?
Because A and B needs to, there is a AND operation used there, because A and B both needs to
No,
be
see,
more
see.
than the goal.
No, understand the first question. At least one of the strikers. I didn't say both has to make the goal. At least one of the strikers, A and B, scores more than 2 goals. And in second scenario, both A and B score a goal each.
Okay. First one only. Sorry.
First one.
First one.
Yes, because I have mentioned at least means either A or B makes the goal, or
And
both A and B makes the goal. This is the reason here and use, and this is the reason here or, and both the situation if it is O.
Satisfying.
Because we are going to, if you want to win this, or in both the conditions anything gets passed, it will work out.
Yes, Ashok. Yes.
Just a minute. Sorry to. Sorry guys. Okay, where we are. Okay, these are relational logical operators. Any questions on this?
No, Ashok.
Okay, now we will be discussing about the file operators. Means we know that what are the files we'll be using, what will be the file names. Okay, we will be using files.sh. So suppose I am just gonna echo, please enter a file name. I'm gonna read that file name from here itself. And if condition I am taking if that file exists in the system or not, first place by if minus e equals to dollar file name.
Ashok,
Yes.
here we have different set of colors for different thing. Echo is printed in purple. Please, and within the double quote it is blue. Yellow. Read is in green. Like how does it?
It takes by the Unix only, Linux only. I am not doing anything. It is considering that okay, if it is in inverted comma, so that just has to be printed for the echo part. And if it is you are providing a dollar, it is saying that okay, this value has to be taken from this exactly variable. So it considers like that. So it's basically inside the pre-existing for the Unix system only. So it takes directly from its side. We are not doing anything for that.
Ashok, what is minus E flag doing here?
it checks whether this file exists in the system or not.
Existing, okay.
So see, first time I used else condition here. Okay. See, why I'm using just I will mention you. So suppose now exists. Okay, now control O X control X.
Ashok, if the condition is true, then it will enter then.
Yes.
If not, it will directly go for else.
Yes.
Here mandated to mention then, Ashok, here.
Yes, for if condition that then is mandated. Okay, now I'm gonna print bash. So it's asking to enter file name. So I'm gonna print random.txt file. So I'm gonna enter it. Is this file present in the system at any place?
No, Ashok.
I don't know. Like, we need to check with a list whether it exists or not. No, it does not exist.
Okay, now let me create a random file.
Yeah.
Okay, now if I execute, what will be the answer?
Exist.
Exist.
File exists. So it checks in the system in all over whether this file exists in the system or not. That is called E.
Okay.
Now go back there. And if I mention -b is a block shell file where we normally don't use because this will be used for the hardware and checking systems. So -b is a block file. So how whether this file exists or not. So same thing again, it does that. Means what is a block file and everything, you can read it in Google because that is not much important for us, and you will be also not using that much case in anywhere. So, but B is a block shell file, so you just you can check in Google. If I'm going to explain that, and it will take a lot of time. Okay. Now I'm going to bash files.sh. Now I'm going to give the same random.txt. It will not consider at all because that's not a block file. Block shell file will be having a different scenario where you will be using about the hardware, how exactly the system hardware and everything will be provided. So that is a block shell file. -b is called my block shell file. We normally don't use that much because it will be used for the mainly for the administrator purpose where they want to check how what is the hardware and everything. So just keep it in mind. I'm just gonna mentioning you because these are all the file operators where you need to know. That's it. That is about -b, and there is a character file -c. So the same scenario where if you want to have the character shells about in the file, so we are going to use the character -c, which we will not be using. As I mentioned, we will not be using that much about this because that is not a character shell file. And suppose we use -d, which is for directory.
D.
This is for directory. Suppose I'm gonna enter bash files dot, and I want to enter the random dir because it is not there now. Let me create a mkdir random dir. It directly went out. Now it went to condition true because it is checking about the directory, whether this directory is minus D is for the directory. And you know about the minus R equals to read, minus
Yes.
W equals to write, minus X equals to execute. Read, write, execute, which we normally discussed on same places.
So every alphabet has its own
Yeah.
purpose.
There's one more file. Yes. S is that whether in the file which you have entered, is there any space present or not? Means if you have written anything or not. So that it checks out. That is for minus S. That is the only character. Random.txt, it will mention yes condition true because you have written some some name in the random.txt, right? The space is there or not to check. See, that is minus S. So these are all the things: minus C, minus B, minus C, minus D, minus R, minus S, and R is for the read the file, minus W equals to write the file. So these are all the file operators. Yes.
Sorry to interrupt. Please explain that minus is condition once again. Flag. I didn't get it.
Minus S is that in your file, what you have written random.txt, it checks whether the space is present or not. If it is space is more than 0 or not, that's it. It will not do anything.
Okay.
Space is more than 0 or not.
Only
That,
in the text file, what are the
yes,
content inside the content
yes,
or
inside the content means whatever you have given about the text file means whatever you're giving the name. So if it is empty, it will say condition false. You will not be able to do anything, right? Means if you are going to delete this file, so it will not considering the file at all, right?
yeah.
So if I'm gonna print cat random.txt, it is totally empty.
Yes.
See, still there is a line where it is considering that the empty space is more than 0.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's the way the file operators works. Means see, we will be mainly using about the means if you are writing some scripts where you want to see in some existing folder, means some where folder where you don't have access, and you want to write about that. So you are going to use this file operators and check whether this file exists or there or not, whether the file has more space or not, whether this directory present in that directory or not. That way we will be looking into it. So these are all the three arithmetic operators where we have taught about arithmetic, relational and logical operators, and file operators. So these things are the things which we are using. So here is minus B, minus E, minus D, minus E, minus R, and minus R, minus WX is, you know, that read, write, execute. So what exactly it works out, that is the scenario. If I use my read means whether you have to know the permissions, means whether you are for that file, whether you will be able to read the file or not. W, whether you will be able to have the right permission or not. Execute minus X, if you are able to execute the file or not. These are the same things which has been mentioned. So these are the file operators. So which of the following file operator used to check if the file has write access or not?
Minus W.
Okay, that's right. Okay, what is the function of the S operator?
It is used to check the size of a given file.
Yes, that's right. Because what are the space, if it is your presenting that makes the space is more than 0, means that way it works out. Any questions up to now on the arithmetic, relation, and file operators? Because after this we are going into the conditionals about the if, else, nested if, else, switch cases. So ask me whatever if you have any questions right now.
No, sure. Please continue.
Okay, now we will be going to the conditionals. So conditionals normally are the fundamentals of a programming language. Means this will define whether the condition is satisfied, whether the condition is not satisfied. Suppose, for example, now considering that you want to take a book at some bookstore. If the book is present, you will be happy. If the book is not present, you will not be happy. So it is a condition, right? Means if the book is present in that bookstore, it will make you happy so that you can buy it. If the book is not present, it will make you sad because you will not be able to read that book. So a simple condition means if you suppose if you are going for a movie, you will first check whether whether the movie is present or not, and if the movie is present, whether it will present in your in the same theater or not. If if the theater is present, if you are going to check whether it is okay for you to visit that same timings or not. So these are the conditions. Means the if means if this movie is present in this theater, yes, in at this time, then okay, this is the condition it has to pass. So these are all the if else conditions which we will be going further and further. It's how exactly the if works out, how exactly you are going to do it. The same way we are going to discuss about this. You know about the greater than or equal to, we have discussed, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We have discussed about this. Suppose suppose I want to just mention I'm going to use change these conditions. I'm going to use double equals to. I'm going to use not equals to here. And I don't want these things. This is a if condition. If I'm mentioning if A equals to B, they are equal. If A is not equals to B, then they are not equal. So I'm just going to print this. You already know the answers, but still. Okay, tell me the values, what you want to do. Okay, let me enter 2, 3. See, they are not equal because obviously because 2 is not equals to 3. Suppose if I am gonna print 2 and 2, they are equal because both the values are same. This is a condition, means if we are mentioning the if condition, means if this is value is equals to this value, then only go and print this value. Otherwise, don't do that. If A equals to B, then only print this echo value. If not, don't go inside at all. There's no point of going U. This is a if condition. If it is true, then print this. If it is not true, then don't print this. This is a normal if. Suppose if I remove this, I don't want to write this much. I'm just going to use. I'm just going to use else. Now, if A equals to B, I'm just mentioning A equals to B, then print this. Else, if it is they are not equal, just print directly this one. It went to the else. I'm gonna print 5. Print 5. It went to the if condition. If else, simple. If this is equal, else go for this. just an if else condition. This is the basic if else. We will be using many more scenarios. If this is the condition is true, do this activity. Else, if the condition is not true, else go into this block and do this condition. This is the way if else works out. And if you want to only write if, that's the same scenario. Any doubts on this?
No, sir. Ashok, it's using same function, no? Even though if I don't write the then.
Sorry?
There in the here, you have used then, no? Here.
Then, okay, you are using in the if condition.
Yeah, in the
For,
if condition.
yes, it is mandatory to have then in the if. That is mandatory. In else you don't want to, but if you have to mention. And if you are using the else if also, it is mandatory. That I will explain when I'm writing it.
Okay. Again, okay, only one condition we have used, no? Here, no need to use multiple conditions here. That.
Yes, this is the reason, right? I'm just using one condition, single
Yeah.
condition, and I mentioned if these are equal, then go into this. Else, then don't go in that condition at all.
Is it makes any difference there and there? That means execution speed or result speed. It is.
The thing is that here you don't have to write two conditions. If you are using the same parameters here, if you are having like two parameters only, and you are just checking their differences or maybe the range or something else. So it is a simple thing if you write if else condition. If there are multiple parameters, at that time you are going to use a else if, else, more ifs, so that you want to have multiple parameters, right? So that's the reason,
Okay.
based on the code concept, which how they want to use the logic, that way we're gonna write these things.
Okay. So here in the if I use two if conditions, no, there we can use again one more else condition.
Yes, you can. Yes, see, if you want, you can
Not
use the same thing also.
okay. Three more conditions also we can give here. If else,
Yes,
if else, if else like that.
yes, you can give multiple if else. There is no problem at all. But you should be the closing and everything should be the correct. That's it.
Okay.
Let me do it for you also.
Can you use greater than like that?
I'm using not equals to. Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Mm. Just a minute. Then now if A is greater than B, else if I'm using ELF, see, else if $A, what do you want me to condition? Just greater than, okay, or maybe less than. Again, you have to use the then. A is smaller. And then you have used then. Here you can use else again. Echo. Relationship not found. See, I am using if. and again I'm using else if. In else if I'm using else. So this way it works out, means whatever you are giving, if, then, else if, greater than or equals to. Okay, let me do one thing. I'll just print A rather than B. It'll be easy to understand.
Yeah.
If A equals to B, echo they are equal. Else if A is greater than B, A is greater than B. Else if A is less than B, A is smaller than B. Else echo relationship not found. Means this actually not doesn't come into the picture at all, but still. This way, if I execute, if I'm using else if, see, these are all the else if conditions. Means if again you have one more condition, again you have one more condition, and after that it is coming in else condition. This way you're gonna write about the else if conditions. Like if else, like this, you are gonna use the else if. So did you got cleared, Nagesh? Hello.
Yeah, sure. I'm sure. Am I audible? Sure.
Yes, now you are addable. Now I'm going to give A equals to 6, B equals to 8. See, it is just gone to only one condition. What have given? A is greater than B. How should it come? You have given A equals to 6, B equals to 8, right? Else A is greater than B. How is it possible? It's not, should not be like this, right?
If else and else if are one and the same, right, Ashok?
Sorry?
If else and else if.
Sorry, I'm not able to hear you correctly. Tell me.
Can I?
If else or else if both are.
Yeah, yes, it's the same condition. See, suppose, as I mentioned, suppose you are going to a movie. You first for that you went to a movie, and so if you have not decided anything, so you went to a movie theater and you find out that there is a movie. Okay. First, whether that movie is existing or not, means some movie you are going, that movie is existing in the theater or not. First if condition. After that, else if that movie is present in that theater, what show it is running. Second, again else if that show is present, whether the tickets are available or not. Else, if this, if everything, this situation is passed, then you are going to watch the movie. Else you will not be able to go in the first place itself, right? I'm just giving a basic concept. If you are going to a movie theater where you want to watch a movie and there's some movies playing, means which you want to go for that movie, and you have seen whether if that movie is existing in this theater or not. If that condition got true, else if, then you are going to that movie theater and you are going, which show you are going to book for the tickets, and that show, whatever you want to watch, that show is present, then again else if you are going to get the tickets or not. If the tickets are present, you are going to watch. Else if the movie is not present at all, you will not be able to watch at all, right?
Okay.
Simple. If movie theater condition I've just given you, means how exactly it works. Okay, A is greater than B, A is smaller than B. Just a minute. Greater than B, B is greater than A. This is a less than symbol. If A is less than this, so okay. See, A is more than B. These are simple else if conditions where you will be having how many else you want to use. Else if means every condition means if you have multiple conditions to pass forward. So that way it works out. Means as I mentioned, a mutated example. That way else if works out. So I have printed about the if and if else. So here, see, I'm just gonna give some statements here. So for the if and if conditions, say if statements are used in case where is there only one block of code that needs to just only one block, as we have used for this scenarios where we want to execute only this condition, only one block. We are going to use if condition. If else statements are used where only one out of the two code blocks needs to be executed, means like this conditions where we have used where it went here. Either this is true, print this, or just go out of it and just print this. Either of the conditions. That is if else statements. So one of the conditions means actions what we have mentioned, then only it go to the if block. The other condition acts are mentioned in the else block, means else whatever means if is not true, then it goes to the else. If is true, then it will not go to the else condition at all. So that way the if else works out. So which of the following statements is false regarding the if else statement? Give me the answer, guys.
It can be used in cases where only one code block needs to be executed at any time. Sure.
Okay, what about others?
Fourth one.
Yeah, that's right. That's correct. Because if you are using at any condition, means only one code block needs to be executed at any time. That is the condition where we are going to use the if else, means the false condition. This is the false. Means this will be used not at this time at all. Only one code block needs to be executed. We will be using the if condition. Only if condition we will be using it here. This is a simple script you can try in your home. Means if you are not able to do it, just let me know. Means I will be able to solve it on Friday. So means you just have to print some means how exactly you are going to go for the print scenario. Suppose if you are you have to store a variable name variable called pass, and you have to enter the variable what you have entered the password to the predefined password, which is password. And you have to print whether this password is correct or whether it is not. It's the simple if else condition. Okay, let us write. Let us write. Why to waste time? You guys gonna tell me what to write. Okay, tell me.
Another question. Read the question.
See, there is a script. You have to write a script. It should where the user needs to enter a password and store it in a variable called pass. Okay.
Okay.
And if the password entered by the user matches with a predefined password, which is password, okay, predefined, then the output should be the password entered is correct. And if the entered password is wrong, then the output, the password entered is incorrect. So there is an if else condition you have to write. A simple if else condition: if the password matches to the predefined password, then print the password entered is correct. Else, go into a normal condition, the password entered is incorrect. A simple if else condition. So I'm asking you to guys tell me how to read, how to write it.
First, read password.
Read pass, because you have to manually enter it. So we
Yes.
have to use read pass. Okay, then
Okay. If
$pass.
if
okay,
pass
okay,
is equals to
okay.
To some name.
Some no, the predefined password.
1 2 3 4 a password. Okay.
Predefined, right? I meant it predefined.
Yes, yes.
Then
Then echo.
okay,
Password matches.
Password is
okay.
Password is matching. Password is correct.
Matches, okay. Okay, then
else.
Else, password incorrect or not matching. Okay.
then
If.
if.
Fi.
Sorry, fi.
See, the simple is that whatever you are written if here,
It
you
should
have
be
to just
opposite.
opposite. That's it. That is the closing pass. Okay, control O X, control X. So now bash password
.sh.
sh. Okay, what should be the user input now?
User input 1 2 3.
What should be password?
No. We'll check for the password not matching.
Yeah, password not matching.
Okay. Again.
Then password.
Password. Capital P password. Capital P password.
Okay. See, it's a simple if-else condition. I asked you to guys write, but at the end of the day, I only wrote, but with your help. Okay. So, but make sure to start working on this scenario. This is the if-else condition. Okay. And these are all the else ifs. Means whatever we have written about in the code, how exactly it works out. This is an if else if statements. Means whatever the if else statements is used to check single condition, being true or false. In, as I mentioned, real life when you have a multiple conditions to generate an output. So to evaluate, we use the else if. Means if it is true, else if okay this is true, then again if this scenario comes, again okay this scenario also gets true, then else if again this scenario also true, else if no, if this is not at all there, then it goes to else. So that way it works out. So this is a script you have to write. 1040. I can write this script one for you, but you have to write this one. You have to practice this one in your home, or you have to do it and you have to give me the result.
Yes, Ashok.
Okay,
Ashok,
now
we will try both, Ashok. We will try both. Tomorrow we will discuss about this thing.
sorry, I'm not able to hear you, Nagis.
We will try both, Ashok.
Yeah, you can try. Means if you want, you can try, because anyways there is some more practice questions also. But if you want, you can try. I'm gonna share it the PPT with you today. You can try. Means if you want, you can try. No issues. Yeah, let's try them. 1 2. I think there are more, there are many more again. So nested if else. What is nested if else is that continuous ifs that I will explain you. What was the one which we used? Files, right? What was the one? Relational, yeah. Conditions. Okay.
Ashok, like one doubt, like how
Yes.
do we access the recently opened files? Suppose we have n number of files created, we want
Yes.
to, like, just now it happened, we just forgot the latest file we were working in. So how do we
History.
okay,
History.
okay.
Now, what was your question, Puneet?
Yeah, that is what the recent file we were working in, because we were creating n number of files there, so
Yeah.
recently opened file is
Go through the history, because this is the way where you go through it. What you have used, you'll be
okay,
able to understand which one you have used the last things.
okay.
Or maybe see, if you still have doubts, there is a up arrow and down arrow in your system. Yeah, I'm just using the up arrow,
Yes.
so it shows whatever you have used up to now, and the down arrow. Okay, got it?
Yes, sure.
Up arrow and down arrow. If you use that, it will be showing what you have used in the last. The same thing. Now suppose now I want to write nested if else. So if A is greater than B, then now I'm writing a condition. I'm not writing an if else.
In if there is multiples of else.
Yes, multiples of if else. Suppose then if A is now consider that you are taking three variables. You want to check which is greater in between. Okay. I don't want to use again this. If A is greater than B, then you want to print which is the highest value. Then if A is greater than C also, then echo A is greater than A is the largest value. A is the biggest value maybe. A is the biggest value. Else. So here with the condition passed, A is greater than B. Then it came into the picture. It is checking A is greater than C or not. Sorry, just a minute. A is greater than C. Then it is checking A is the biggest value. Else, if this condition falls, what should be the answer? Come on, guys. If this condition, if A is greater than B, then it went inside the condition and it is checking if A is greater than C. If this condition fails, if A is not greater than C, then it goes to the else. What would be the answer?
A is greater than B. C is biggest than A. Bigger value.
Again, so now I have closed this one. I have closed F5 for which one? For which F5 I have closed it?
For the second if.
Yes,
Second
that's
if.
right. Yes, that's right. Again, I'm gonna use the same thing, means the same thing which I have been using. So now I'm gonna use the else condition. Else. What is the else for this? Which one?
B greater than C.
No. This else is for which if?
First one.
Yeah.
First of if.
Now if B is greater than A, B is greater than C. Simple. Because anyways, if this condition is set, then we will have to check whether B is also greater than or C or not. Then echo.
B is the biggest.
Okay, B is the biggest
B is the
value.
biggest than C. C and A.
C and A. 5.
Only C.
See,
if A was greater, then the second condition would have not been the compiler would have not been come to the second statement only. It would have been
yes.
printed as biggest.
And now I have closed an if this else. Now after this, again I'm gonna use one more fi. Why?
For entire first one.
Yes, that's right.
Yes.
So we gonna use bash. So tell me the A value.
10.
Okay. B value.
6.
6.
Okay. C value.
12.
18.
Guys, in a different condition. A is greater than B and B is greater than C. B is greater than C. Read C. C value is there. Just a minute, else if B is greater than C. Oh, just a minute, just a minute.
F5 also. First one. First F5.
Okay, if then if okay 10 6 Analytics B is the biggest every time it's throwing is greater than B.
We here we have entered not B. It's C.
C only we have entered, right? A is greater than B, A is greater than C.
No, in initial condition we have given A is greater than B. Within that we have subdivision. We have given A is greater than C, not B.
Yeah, that's right, right? That is the condition, right? If A is greater than B, then only go into this condition and check whether if A is if A is greater than C or not.
Okay. But then this A is the biggest value.
No, if it should not. It should go to the else condition. C
Else
is the
condition.
It should go to the C. C is the biggest condition. Where exactly it is getting wrong?
Can you use the reverse values, Ashok, so that we will check? Not here. Not here.
Just let me do one thing.
Minus GT.
Yes.
C. I think the greater than less than somewhere I missed it. No, C is the biggest value. Do one more thing. Tell me. Now tell me some different values.
Minus 2.
Okay. Okay.
Minus 6.
Okay.
Minus 8.
Okay, minus 8.
A will be the highest.
Okay. So perfect.
So this is the condition of if else. See, I have mentioned we have continuous if else conditions, nested if else. This is the nested if else. See, the indentation should be perfect. Okay, this is called indentation. When we are writing the code, this is the indentation. Means you have to be, if you are using the if, it should be like this only, perfect. And for this if, this is the else, and this is the closing. And for this if, this is the closing. So this is called indentation. You have to be particular about this indentation. So this makes a good coding practice. Okay, and so this is the nested if else condition. Same, the one which we have just done it. We have done it for the biggest number. You can go for the smallest number. Simple, same one. You just have to mention it.
Less than.
Sure.
Okay. Sure. Now I will go for the switch case. See, switch is that the same scenarios where you are having multiple. Suppose you have a consider that you have a vehicle, and you are having means you want to read that vehicle, means what type of vehicle you want to read it. Suppose if it is a two-wheeler, you want to mention a case one. If it is three-wheeler, you want to mention a case. So here we will be using the switch case, like changing the scenarios, means to solve everyday life scenarios which require to choose between alternatives. Means if else is that if that is not there, else okay, that's it. But switch is that multiple case scenarios. So means where checks strictly used when you must check the value of the variable and then only take the action. Default cases where which is equivalent to else condition, means whenever you are going to there, you have to go to the if else statements. Here the default case is executed only if no other case has been met. Means like the same if else conditions, the switch is also the same thing, where you will be continuously using the cases for each case. Let me give you an example. Nano .sh. As I mentioned, now we gonna go for a enter the type of vehicle. To read the vehicle, means whether you are going to give a two-wheeler or not. Now we are going to use the case scenario. Case
one.
No, case first we have to mention what is the case. Then we will go for the case one, case two. Vehicle. Vehicle. Then we have to mention in, means in this scenarios. Then tab dollar case one. Suppose you are mentioning two-wheeler. Okay, then echo vehicle is a two-wheeler. And after this, to close this state, one case, you have to mention double inverted commas.
Okay.
Okay. And again for the case two, you are mentioning three-wheeler. Echo. Vehicle is a three-wheeler. Case three. Four-wheeler.
Why are we using here closing bracket, Ashok?
Because for this scenarios we have to mention, means not for every scenarios, but we are providing this one, right?
Multiple cases.
Here like this. So for that reason we are closing this one, just to make sure that it goes in here in this value only.
And end with double semicolon.
Double inverted commas. That's mandatory. If you are not ending it, it will throw the error.
Semicolon also we need to type twice.
This double inverted commas is the main thing.
Okay.
That is the one which case. And to close the case, the same way if we have closed, the same way we have to do it, escape. Case value which in a reverse condition, ESAC.
Okay.
So this is a switch condition where you will be using it now. Suppose control O, enter control X. Now suppose bash enter. So enter the vehicle name. So you have to mention the two-wheeler, three-wheeler, a four-wheeler. So if you mention two-wheeler, vehicle is a two-wheeler. So same cases, multiple cases, whatever you are having, you are mentioning. So you are taking it. Let's take another example, calculator. Guys, I'm going to take another 20 minutes more. Just be with me.
Yes, sure.
I'm going to read B. I should have copy pasted it somewhere so that I could have typed this all things. Choice of operation. Cool. 1 equals to add. 2 is to subtract. Echo. 3 equals to multiply. Echo. 4 equals to division. And we are reading the choice. What choice you want to give. Now case comes into the picture. Dollar choice in now we are mentioning the first case where we are using result equals to echo $A plus $B, and we are closing it pipe separated, taking this value and we are double closing it. Second case, there should not be any space in between because this we are printing this one. Echo $A minus $B. $A multiplication $B what's here echo $A. Here we are going to use one more thing, scale. Puneet, sorry, Yashwant, you asked me why we are not taking about the percent after the percentage value.
Yes.
You remember it?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes. So we are going to use it here. See, $A, $B. Yes. Yes, yes. See.
What does BC stands for, Ashok?
Actually, the value which we you know about the pipe separator, right? So when you are using this value, it goes to the other one, means takes the output of that one. So we are using that BC as a candidate to close this one. Just a minute, guys. I'm getting one ping. Just give me a minute. Whatever we are using here means result echo BC is actually it mentioned as a command line calculator, means when you are using it. I think it is there in the just a minute. Yeah, see here. BC is a command used for command line calculator. I am correct, right? You got it, like an expression command, same thing. We are using BC. You got it? Hello?
Yes, Ashok.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay, now after this echo, result is dollar res. Okay, control O, control X. Now tell me the value. Suppose read AB. A value should be 5. Oh,
Bash.
5 value. B value should be 6. And enter the choice. I'm going to add. Just a minute. 5 plus 6 result is. Just a minute. 5 plus 6 it's coming, but it's not providing the value. Why? Why it is not giving it? Uh, just a minute, guys. Just a minute. I think this is the space, maybe the issue. I'm thinking the space may be the issue. Where exactly it got messed up? Result equals to echo $A$B. Okay, wait a minute. AC command line and operator. Oh, echo $A$B scale 2 not equals to. If we are using this scenario, wait a minute. Multiplication, we have to use the / here. $A$B not equals to BC. Okay.
Here in case statement,
Yes.
if the it's not executing the thing, it will be going on infinite times, right? The loop will be continuing for the infinite times.
We are using just a case scenario, right? Means if you are mentioning only one choice, so it is going to there and it is ending there itself. Suppose maybe I'm we are using. I think this one is also not needed. As I'm just a minute. Okay, I got it where we messed up.
I think the result after echo result is $res. Then we should give the escape thing.
No, actually this is not needed. Why I mentioned it? I'm unexpected line matching syntax at the end of the line. Where it got the error? Yes, this is the reason I don't use a calculator. First of all, this messes up every time. Please
Do we
tell
need
me.
to close the bracket over here?
No, the bracket is not, because we are actually using the command line, right? That takes everything. So, but
Ashok, there
somewhere,
were double annotated comma is there, no?
no.
It
So
is missed,
that
I think.
we are using the result value, right? So it doesn't have to go like that. It's somewhere
Uh,
it got messed up.
in the fourth step, Ashok. Can you check in the fourth line?
Here, okay.
Yeah, and $B.
See this. See if this is the issue, it should not. For this one, it should not take the problem, because it should print this value. Uh, Sometimes this is the problem. See, now it came. See, the problem was that here I have not given the space. So that's the reason it was not accepting at all.
Yes.
That much that much problematic if you have to write the scripts when you have to be very much sure about this. Now suppose enter again
Like,
6, 8.
according to the industry, they would be using more of this, or like they would be using Python or
It depends
Java.
on which project you are. It depends
Like,
on which project you are.
this in this thing, scripting, it is more complicated.
No, so
And
no
it
one
takes
will write. See, no one will write these calculations and this. I'm just explaining you so that you need to have that understanding. That's it.
okay,
So
done.
no one will be writing these multiplications. This is a basics. You just need to know how exactly the case systems works, how exactly the if else works. The conditions would be different. No
Okay.
one will ask you these things. Means how exactly is this? How exactly this gonna work out? See, it is working right now. So this is the reason. So try this one from your side on the switch case.
Yes,
Ashok,
sir.
can you come once result, Ashok?
Yeah, yeah.
Just result is like what is the value is not displaying.
Oh, result is not displaying, right?
Yeah.
Not storing.
It's not storing the result. Why? But it is giving outside itself the value directly. After escape, we have mentioned the result value, right?
Maybe 3 by 27,
Result
it
is
is less than 0 value, I think.
No, the multiplication value is correct, right? We are giving the multiplication 9 into 3 is 27. So it has taken that one. Maybe just a minute.
we didn't define RES.
No, we are already here. It is mentioning, right, the result value. So
Oh, we didn't mention inside that, right, Ashok?
No, escape, no, you don't have to. So it will automatically take care of it.
RES, okay.
Space is required, RES between and equal.
No, that's right. The space is not needed. I think here in escape, I think
$RES and it'll take this thing. Okay. Yes, Ashok.
no, it's somewhere the escape value is mentioning it in wrong way. Actually, it should come on the result. Means where it has been missed. I just need to check. Just a minute. Echo, we are entering the choice of operation, multiplication, substitution, division, read choice, case dollar choice, 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever we have written. And after that, we are closing it and we are giving the escape because we are closing the case. And after that, we are going echo and printing the result value. But the result is printing outside itself when it is considering the case. So where exactly? Sometimes this behaves like a weirdly. So the reason I don't use this calculator at all in the system first place.
It should be dollar RES should be outside of the double quotes.
No, see, this is a case scenario, right? Here we are just mentioning the case. So here you don't have to because we are not closing. In this choice, we are using the case value. So it has to work out.
The result, actually the operations are being carried, but the result is not being printed in the result is it? That is the
No,
problem.
so that is the reason we are providing it here, right? So that is the reason we are giving it here.
If we
Dollar
can use
result.
minus P to print in the same line,
Where?
flag, result is in that line, so that it prints the result in that result is only. Can we try with that flag?
No, see, this is the case. We are, if you present this one, this will not work out because it will make sure that this is an escape factor. Why you are using here? So it will not accept at all in the first place. It will start throwing the error. If the result value case dollar choice escape is there, echo result is dollar result. This value should be printed, but echo value is behaving differently where it is mentioning in a different way of mode.
Okay.
Echo, I'm mentioning it in, I'm reading the choice and after that case dollar choice in result, each value has been printed. After that, I'm just taking the value and I'm just closing it. So then after this, when I'm closing the case, I'm doing the escape and it should work like this. Sometimes it makes works out. Illegal character, yes, wherever I have given illegal character, man. Oh, the scale value should be small. See, it has taken 0.00. When you are use the scale value, means it is mentioning the other last two values also. That is the reason we use the scale in division. Ishwan, this is the reason I use the scale. Just to show the 00 last after the point, we are using this value also. If you want to have it. Suppose I don't know why the result is printing exactly on dollar result, but I will find out. I'll explain it to you next, maybe in the next class. 10 and 3. And if I'm taking the division value, it is taking 3.33. The scaling of 2 after the point means after the decimal, it is considering it as and it is printing it.
Yes.
Okay. These are all the switch case scenarios, and these are 3 programs. Means I think here you have 1, here you have 2, 3,
117.
4, total 7. So find out the seven questions. Try with your own. If you're not, I will be able to give it on Friday itself. I will show you the results also, how exactly this needs to be printed and everything. Now let's go to the so tell me the answers, whatever you have got it for the assignment.
Yes, sure. From the question was like, from the log file we need to take the unique IP IDs and print it in abhinav.txt. That was the first question.
Okay. No, not that one. The first question.
Yes, that was the.
I don't think that was the first question, because what I have given was that the first question was find the unique IPs. How many unique IPs are there?
Yeah, from the log text file.
Yes. Find out how many unique IPs account was accessed. So what was the answer for that?
Yeah, AWK.
No. First tell me the answer. Command I know it. And tell me the answer.
Like there were many unique IPs.
Okay. How many? If you have printed the command, it should have printed the answer, right?
Like more than like it is like 267, I guess. Ashok, not sure, but it is like
If you have used the command perfectly, it gives you the error. What about others? Come on, guys. We have 6 minutes. I need to close this. No one has tried it at all.
tried it, Ashok. Like there were almost 267 unique IPs in the log file.
What about you, Yashwant? Yashwant, are you there?
Ashok,
How many
hello?
unique IPs are there?
25 Ashok totally.
No.
25. Wrong answer.
Okay. See, I'm writing the command. So let's see whether you are able to get it right or not. Why I'm using $4?
Fourth column to display.
That's right. I want to print the IPs, right?
IPs, the IPs are in third column, Ashok.
Yes. I'm doing that one only.
Okay, sorry. Sorry.
Now see how many IPs you're going to get the answer.
Yes, Ashok. The few were repeated.
I said unique IPs, right? I have to continuously. So in this way, I have to print this unique IPs to abhinav.txt, whatever Abhinav has been used. So I will just do one thing. Okay, I'm just gonna print it to Abhinav. Abhinav.txt has created by the file And now the unique IPs have been printed here.
7, 8.
These are all the unique IPs. Okay. So have you tested these IPs and from where the account has been accessed?
Yeah.
Yes, Ashok.
Where?
It's all from
Tamil Nadu.
Really?
no, not Tamil Nadu. Kozhikode, Delhi. One from Bangalore.
Okay. Guys, let's see. Okay. Which country it is showing?
Beijing.
And there was another country
Chennai.
also.
Ashok, does this changes daily or like when I searched it, it was from Bangalore,
It
Chennai?
doesn't change because that's a log file has been very old file. Very old file I've just given you for examples. It will not change.
But then what? When I searched it was within India. All the things.
Where these are the same IPs. These were the same IPs. Have when you done it? Have you seen or the IPs same?
This 14. I'll check one second, Ashok, for this.
Okay, I'm gonna print you the comments in the chat for you people only. So
Ashok, can you give us the two more questions like this, Ashok? That we'll try once.
yeah, why not? I've given you. Now you can try for the iPad text also. So what should be the iPad?
What I did was I searched for in the log file. I searched for all the iPad users using grep command.
That's
Wherever
good.
iPad is mentioned in the log text, grep -i iPad and the file name.
Okay.
Then I got a list of iPad users. After that, I printed all the IP address of the iPad users using AWK print $3, and I pushed it to ipad.txt file.
Okay.
And I got the IP addresses of all the iPad users, Ashok, printed in ipad.txt.
Oh. Yeah, I mentioned that one.
But in the log file, there were more than 1,000 IP addresses, Ashok.
Yes, that's the reason I asked you to do that, right?
Yeah, but when we typed for the unique IP addresses, there were almost 260 plus unique IP addresses. I don't know how 9. Like, maybe I have a wrong command typed. Like Ashok, can I read out the first command which I have?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah, AWK print $3 file name, then piping it through to sort, then piping it again to unique, then pushing it to abhinav.txt.
Okay.
So I got a list of unique commands first, and then it got pushed into abhinav.txt.
Okay.
Yeah, there were more than 200 plus unique IP addresses, Ashok. I don't know how only 9 IP addresses are there. I'll check it once again. Maybe I might be wrong, Ashok.
Yeah, as I'm typing it, right? The thing was that the command needs to be printed properly. Means it should be taken very properly when we are doing it.
Okay.
Logs not txt wc minus l. I think this time also it should print 9. I'm just trying where exactly I'm missing the command. Print $3. Abhinav, Abhinav just closed in the sort minus u. If we print this, the here also it has to show the 9 IPs. This was a
Yes, Ashok. I think so. I've got some around 12.
Yeah, it will be repeated. Just check 9. 9 will be the answer when you type that one. So we will moving this to ipad.txt and we will be working on that one. So awk minus f ipad and Abhinav print $3 logs.txt wc minus l. Exactly, it is behaving like this. It should show the ipad and Abhinav. Why it is doing 0? It should throw the 9 error 9 once. Ipad underscore and why it is not showing iPad? Just the iPad spelling was what was there in the logs.txt. He was capital. Now it got 9. Now if I mention this value to ipad.txt, now cat ipad.txt, these are all the unique IPs again where whoever has been accessed his credentials using iPad.
Okay. Like what is the flag if doing here, Ashok?
It is actually checking line by line. It is splitting the characters.
Okay.
See, everything has been done from the Chennai and Hong Kong.
Yes. But then I didn't got this Beijing.
As I said, this is a very unique command. It means this is the reason I told you to check, to do the AWK and try this. Now you can try from your system also, and see will be getting the same results.
Okay, Ashok.
In the next class, please explain some more of two of these problems, Ashok, please.
No,
Similar
see,
kind of.
explanation doesn't make sense. You have
Hmm.
to do it from yourself. See,
Yes.
this is a very good one I have given to you.
Okay.
And today I have explained the answers, why exactly, how exactly I'm doing it. This way you have to do it from your side too. Means take some log files, maybe not this one, take some other things. Means in the same logs only, do something more. Means you want to just take Sahanya, take this one and see how many account this has accept. Remove Abhinav, go for Krishna, go for Mahika, go for some other persons and just try that. See how
Yes.
many times these people has been having that IPs, how many times they have an access. Just check like that. You don't have to be use the same thing Abhinav only. Check about the Krisha, Kimya, Pavati. So you just have to do something in the same log file because there's a lot of very good log file. It's just a basic log file where we can do anything, whatever we want on this. Use the awk, use the cat, whatever you want to do, just do it. Try to read the one with the Sahanya name, how many IPs has been printed. Just type that, go like that. You'll be having, and suppose go for iPhone. Support with Mishika, how many iPhone has been accessed by Mishika through her iPhone. Check like that. From Prisha, how many Windows times she has accessed. Like that way, you have to do it from yourself. So that way it works out for you. See, seeing and listening doesn't. You have to practice. As I'm mentioning, if you are good with the basics, then you will be very good DevOps engineer. You have to, the basics should be perfect. That's it for you. The other things, the tools which you will be learning, Docker, Kubernetes, Terraform, Ansible, these are all been very easy for you once you know the basics perfectly. Because the same commands will not be used, but you should have the basic knowledge perfectly in these things. If the base is perfect, anything can be done. So just basics, just practicing it. So this is the reason I'm actually taking this much time to complete the Linux and anything. Normally, I would not do this much time to complete this Linux and something because I just want you to have perfectly basics. Once I go to Docker, Terraform, and about the AWS clouds, I will not give this much time for you. You have to learn fastly. You have to move very fast. You have to learn. You have to practice. So this was the reason I actually have given this many normal programs. These are just basic programming language, basic commands for the nested if else, switch command. These are just basics. You just not know how to write these basics. This way it will work for you. Any questions up to now?
No, Ashok. Ashok, please, once can you explain this thing? But then I'm not done through this, whatever you have done.
Which one?
The command thing.
Means this one, AWK.
Yes,
So
exactly.
what AWK? See, search AWK first in Google. It will be able to help you. What exactly AWK does is that it will read line by line. Read line by line. And what I'm doing that I'm using AWK. I'm checking each line with a split option -f with the comma. Because in the logs, when you see, where is it? Here, I'm splitting each value with comma. Okay, you're getting it?
Yes, Ashok.
Okay, so that's the reason I use -f. So means splitting for that, I use -f and splitting each value to comma.
Okay.
After that,
$4.
after that
Yes.
$4, because I know here in this place, if I see 0, 1, 2, 3, means the fourth value means as per 1, 2, 3, 4 means $4 value was Hana, means these are the names. So I use $4 Abhinav, and I want to print the value of his IP addresses. So I use $3, 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Okay, and then I have used from where this I'm taking from the logs file. So I'm just printing the logs.txt. So if you are in the correct location, you don't have to use the path. But if you are in a different, if you are on the home and if you want to try this, you have to mention the path here exactly. Suppose I'm in the training. Let me go back. If I want to have this logs.txt file, I have to mention training, comma, that one. I will just show you.
We need to mention the path.
Yes.
Okay.
Training logs.txt. Then sort u. Yeah, I am sorting everything with the alphabet u. I have mentioned the sort things with to you. How to sort, how to use it in the same. Then I'm using the word characters. How many times? -l. I've explained you 2 days back about WC. How exactly it works
Word
out.
count, yes.
Wait a minute. Cannot open files. Oh, for reading is no such file or directory. So easy to use at home. Just a minute. See, if I have been on the home path, I have to use like this. But I am in the training, I was using directly logs.txt. Okay. I think I have taken more than 2 hours today. 2.5 hours. 2 hours, 15 minutes. Any questions?
No, Ashok. Actually, I'll try. Maybe I have mistaken with the question. I'll try it once again with the assignment, and I'll
Yeah,
send the
you can
answer.
try it. See, that's the way because I've used Abhinav. You can use any value,
Sure,
Sahanya,
sure.
anything, and try to check. Or you want to see how many different IPs are there. Just this is a kind of fun you do it when you start
Yes, yes.
working it.
It's actually very true, which you told right now.
So now I'm gonna share this PPT, and still I have to add some more PPT here about the loops and functions. We will discuss it on Friday, and we'll close that. But in the meanwhile, tomorrow I'm not taking the class, so I'm giving you 7 programs.
Yes.
Write these programs in your system and save it in a text file somewhere in your local and share that file to me.
Yes.
Share that file.
Yes, Ashok.
These will be given in Google also. If you are not getting the answers, understand the language, how exactly. This one is already I have done. You just need to know how exactly I have done. This one is the same case scenario. You just have to print one ED and case. When you are taking one, you have to put E. If you are taking two, case two, your grade is C. Just simple condition this is.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Ashok.
Yes, guys. Tomorrow I will not be taking. I have some other work. So go through it and try to write the programs and share it with me.